Confidence is built, not given. People look at champions and think they were born with a gift, some kind of magic that no one else has. But that's a lie we tell ourselves to avoid the truth. The truth is, confidence is forged in the fire of discipline. It is created brick by brick through years of struggle, sacrifice, and sweat. You can't inherit it. You can't buy it. You can't borrow it. You have to earn it. Every drop of sweat, every aching muscle, every lonely night when no one's watching. That's where confidence is born. You see, talent may open the door, but without discipline, it slams shut. You can be fast, strong, gifted, but if you don't put in the work, that talent will fade into dust. Real confidence comes when you've done the work so many times that there is no doubt left in your mind. It's not just hope, it's proof. When you've pushed yourself through the pain, when you face the grind again and again, your body knows, your mind knows, and your heart knows you are ready. That's confidence. It doesn't come from compliments. It doesn't come from applause. It doesn't come from people telling you you're great. That kind of confidence disappears the moment someone criticizes you. The real kind, the lasting kind, is built in silence. It's built when the alarm rings at 5 a.m. and you get up anyway. It's built when your legs are burning, but you do another round. It's built when everyone else quits, but you stay. That's the foundation of unshakable belief in yourself. Too many people want the glory without the grind. They want the roar of the crowd without the hours of sweat. But the crowd doesn't give you confidence. If anything, it tests it. Confidence is knowing that you've paid the price long before the spotlight hits you. It's knowing that you've trained so hard, sacrificed so much, that when the moment comes, you don't need luck, you are prepared. And discipline is the teacher. Discipline forces you to show up when you don't feel like it. Discipline makes you eat right, sleep right, train right, think right. Discipline is the hammer that shapes raw metal into steel. And when you've lived that discipline, when you've embraced that suffering, you don't walk into a fight hoping. You walk in knowing. That's the difference. That's the art. Confidence is not loud at first. It's quiet. It's in the way you carry yourself, the way you look your opponent in the eye, the way you move. It's unspoken, but everyone can feel it. And that quiet strength is only possible because you've built it day by day, rep by rep, round by round. So understand this, no one is born unshakable. They become unshakable through the daily decision to do what others won't. You want confidence? Earn it, build it, sweat for it. Discipline over time transforms ordinary men into warriors. And when that transformation is complete, when you've built your confidence with your own two hands, no one can take it from you. Not the critics, not the doubters, not even defeat. Because you'll rise again, stronger, ready, certain. That is the foundation of true confidence. It's not a gift, it's a creation. And you are the artist. Believe before others do, that is the secret. Champions don't wait for the world to clap for them. They clap for themselves long before anyone else sees the greatness. Most people sit back and wait for approval, wait for validation, wait for someone to tell them they're good enough. But the truth is, if you wait for others to believe in you, you'll be waiting forever. Confidence begins when you decide deep in your own heart that you are destined for more, even if no one else sees it yet. The crowd will doubt you. Friends will laugh. Family might even say, be realistic. The world loves to remind you of your limits. They'll say you're too small, too slow, too weak, too inexperienced. They'll measure you by what they see today, not by the fire you carry inside. That's why you cannot rely on their vision. You need your own. Belief is the seed, and only you can plant it. You must tell yourself again and again, I am capable. I am unstoppable. I am built for this. That voice has to be louder than the voices of doubt around you. Think about it. Every great victory was once an impossible dream. Every champion was once just a beginner, stumbling, failing, learning. What made the difference? It wasn't that they had more talent or luck. It was that they believed when no one else did. They declared it, they carried it, they lived it. And that belief carried them through the storms, through the setbacks, through the dark days when nothing seemed to be working. Belief before recognition is the ultimate power. It gives you strength when there's no proof yet. It fuels your training when the results aren't visible. It makes you get up after being knocked down. Because, in your bones, that your story isn't finished. That fire inside you is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary, and belief is contagious. Once you believe deeply enough, the world eventually has no choice but to see it too. Doubters turn into believers, critics turn into fans, and enemies turn into witnesses. But it starts with you. No one can do it for you. No one can hand you that certainty. You must create it. Believing before others do also means declaring your greatness, not hiding it. Don't be afraid to speak your dreams out loud. Don't be afraid to say, I will be the best. Words have power. When you speak it, when you live it, when you carry yourself as if it's already done, you program your mind, you build your reality. People may laugh at first, but one day they'll repeat your words as truth. This kind of belief doesn't mean arrogance. It means faith. Faith in your hard work, faith in your preparation, faith in the path you've chosen. When everyone else sees limits, you see possibility. When everyone else says, can't, you say, watch me. That's the warrior's mindset. So never wait for permission. Never wait for applause. Never wait for the world to catch up. Believe before others do, because that belief is the engine that drives everything else. And when the day comes, when the lights shine, when the crowd finally understands what you already knew, you won't be surprised. You'll just smile because you've been ready all along. That is the art of confidence, believing before anyone else dares to. Turn fear into fuel. That's the secret most people never understand. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is your ally. It is the fire in your chest, the energy in your veins, the signal that tells you something important is on the line. Too many people run from fear, hide from fear. Let fear paralyze them. But champions, they take that same fear and turn it into power. They use it to sharpen their senses, to ignite their spirit, to push themselves past limits. Fear, when mastered, becomes fuel. Every time you step into the unknown, fear will whisper in your ear, what if you fail? What if you get hurt? What if you're not good enough? That voice never disappears. The difference between the weak and the strong is how they respond. The weak let it stop them. The strong use it to move faster, to fight harder, to train longer. Fear reminds you that the moment matters, that the stakes are high. Instead of letting it break you, you must let it wake you. Think of fear like fire. Uncontrolled, it burns everything down. Controlled, it cooks your food, lights your path, keeps you alive. That's what fear is. If you let it run wild, it will consume you. But if you harness it, if you channel it, it becomes the very thing that pushes you forward. When your heart races, when your palms sweat, when your body shakes, that's energy waiting to be unleashed. Champions know how to take that raw energy and direct it into performance. Fear also keeps you honest. It reminds you that you cannot take shortcuts. You fear being unprepared. Good, that fear will make you train harder. You fear losing. Good, that fear will make you study your craft until you are sharp as a blade. Fear is not there to break you down. It is there to build you up. The trick is not to run from it, but to embrace it, to use it as a tool. And here's the truth. There is no courage without fear. If you're not afraid, then you don't need courage. Confidence isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to step forward despite it. Every champion feels fear before the fight. Every warrior feels fear before the battle, but they step forward anyway, and in that moment they prove that fear is not in control, they are. When you learn to turn fear into fuel, your enemies cannot use it against you. They may try to intimidate you, but instead of shrinking, you grow stronger. They may try to shake you, but instead of breaking, you burn hotter. Fear becomes your secret weapon, because while others hide from it, you have learned to master it. So the next time fear rises in your chest, don't deny it. Don't curse it. Smile at it. Feel the energy it gives you, and then channel it. Let it drive your legs to move faster, your fists to strike harder, your mind to focus sharper. Let it be the fuel that pushes you into greatness. Fear will always be there. You cannot erase it, but you can transform it. And when you do, when you finally learn how to take fear and make it serve you, you become unstoppable. Because a man who uses fear as fuel is a man who cannot be defeated. Stand tall against doubt. That is the battlefield most people never see. Doubt is louder than fear. Fear comes in moments, but doubt lingers, eating away at your confidence day after day. It's the voice in your head that says, maybe they're right. Maybe I can't. Maybe I'm not enough. And outside of you, It's the world throwing shade, critics laughing, people pointing fingers, all trying to convince you that you'll never make it. That's when you must stand tall. Because if you bow to doubt, you're finished before the fight even begins. Doubt is a weapon, and life will use it against you. The crowd will question you. Your rivals will mock you. Even people close to you might say, be realistic. Don't dream so big. But confidence means refusing to bend. Confidence means standing tall when the weight of every voice is pressing down on your shoulders. You plant your feet, lift your chin, and let the world know I will not break. Why is this so important? Because doubt kills more dreams than failure ever could. Failure can teach you. Failure can strengthen you. But doubt convinces you not to even try. Doubt makes you quit before you've taken your first punch. That's why you must be relentless in guarding your belief. When doubt attacks, your response must be unshakable. I can. I will. Watch me. Standing tall doesn't mean you won't feel doubt. It means you won't surrender to it. You'll still hear the critics. You'll still feel the pressure. But instead of letting it bend your spine, you straighten it. Instead of letting it sink your chest, you puff it out. Your body language becomes your declaration. I belong here. I am ready. The way you stand, the way you walk, the way you carry yourself, that alone can silence doubt before a word is spoken. And let me tell you something, doubt never goes away. Even at the top, even when the world finally calls you great, there will still be whispers. He's not as good as they say. He's slipping. He can't keep it up. That's why you must develop a backbone of steel, not just for the early days, but for the journey. Because the higher you rise, the louder the doubt becomes. But if you've trained your mind to stand tall, no critic, no rival, no enemy can shake your core. Here's the truth. Every champion has been doubted. Every legend was once told, you'll never make it. What separated them from the rest wasn't that they didn't hear it. It was that they didn't believe it. They chose to stand tall. They chose to keep going, to keep fighting, to keep proving themselves again and again. So the next time doubt creeps in, remember this, you have two choices. You can bend under its weight, or you can rise above it. Stand tall, be defiant, use every doubt as fuel to prove them wrong. Let their disbelief become your motivation. Let their words become the background noise to your victory. Because when you stand tall against doubt, you send a message, not just to the world, but to yourself. You say, I will not fold. I will not shrink. I will rise. And once you decide that, once you stand your ground with unshakable confidence, doubt has no power over you. Confidence is action, not talk. Words are cheap. Anybody can stand in front of a mirror. Anybody can post online. Anybody can shout promises. But real confidence isn't measured by what you say. It's measured by what you do. It's in the way you train when no one's watching. It's in the way you move when the pressure is on. It's in the way you rise after being knocked down. Confidence isn't lip service. It's proof. Talk without action is just noise. The world is full of people who brag about their goals but never put in the work. They want to be great, but they don't show up. They want respect, but they don't earn it. Confidence is built through action. Through miles run, rounds fought, hours trained, sacrifices made. When you've paid the price with sweat and discipline, you don't need to talk yourself up. Your actions speak louder than your words ever could. Think about it. True confidence is silent. It's in the way you walk into a room. It's in the way your eyes lock on the challenge. It's in the way you keep your composure under fire. People can feel it even if you don't say a word. And that kind of confidence only comes from action. You cannot fake it, because when the moment of truth comes, the truth is revealed. If you've done the work, you'll shine. If you've only talked, you'll crumble. Action also builds trust with yourself. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, every time you show up when you said you would, you build a track record of discipline. That track record becomes unshakable belief. You know you can count on yourself because you've proven it. And that inner trust is the foundation of real confidence. It's not about convincing others. It's about convincing yourself through action. And when you act, when you show up again and again, people start to believe, not because you told them, but because you showed them. That's the difference between arrogance and confidence. Arrogance is loud without proof. Confidence is quiet with evidence. Arrogance talks about what it might do. Confidence demonstrates what it will do. Confidence in action is also about resilience. It's not just about how you perform when you're on top, but how you respond when you're at the bottom. Do you get back up after failure? Do you push through when your body screams to quit? Do you keep chasing when the world turns its back on you? That's where real confidence lies, not in the easy wins, but in the relentless pursuit of greatness. So remember this. Action is the language of confidence. Anyone can talk, but only the few who live it, breathe it, fight for it, prove it. Only they carry real confidence. Don't tell me what you'll do, show me. Don't promise me your greatness, demonstrate it. Don't talk about your dreams, chase them until the world has no choice but to see. When your actions align with your words, you become unstoppable. Your steps, your grind, your fight, these become your speech. And that speech is louder, more powerful, and more undeniable than any words you could ever say. Confidence is action. Confidence is proof, and once you live it, once you embody it, you won't need to convince anyone. You'll be undeniable. Confidence wins beyond the ring. The fight is never just about fists, gloves, or a roaring crowd. The real battle is life itself, and the confidence you build doesn't stop when the bell rings. It carries into every corner of who you are. That's why true confidence is bigger than sports, bigger than titles, bigger than victories. It becomes a way of living, a way of thinking, a way of standing in the face of every challenge that life throws at you. When you build confidence in the ring, you're training for much more than a match. You're training for life. The same mindset that makes you throw one more punch when you're exhausted is the mindset that helps you push through when life knocks you down. The same belief that makes you rise after a tough round is the belief that makes you rise after failure in business, in relationships, in dreams. Once confidence is carved into your character, it doesn't leave you when you walk out of the gym. It follows you everywhere. Confidence wins in the workplace. It wins when you speak with conviction, when you lead with certainty, when you step into a room and people feel your presence before you even say a word. People follow those who believe in themselves, because belief is contagious. Just like in the fight, if you show doubt, others lose faith in you. But if you radiate confidence, earned through discipline, hardened through struggle, others will trust you, support you, and follow your lead. Confidence wins in relationships. When you know your worth, you don't beg for acceptance, you don't shrink to please others, and you don't settle for less than you deserve. You carry yourself with respect, and in return, people respect you. You don't chase approval because you already have approval from the only person that matters, yourself. That strength creates deeper, healthier connections because they are built on respect, not insecurity. Confidence also wins in the battles no one sees. Life will test you with setbacks, tragedies, heartbreaks. And when the storm comes, what keeps you standing isn't luck. It's the confidence that you've built through years of struggle. It's the voice that says, I've been here before. I've faced worse. I will rise again. That's when confidence becomes more than a skill. It becomes your shield. Beyond all of this, confidence wins because it inspires. When people see you stand tall, when they see you move with certainty, when they see you refuse to break, you give them permission to believe in themselves too. Confidence doesn't just change your life, it changes everyone around you. You become an example, a living proof that greatness is possible. And here's the most powerful part. Confidence wins beyond the ring because life itself is the ultimate fight. Every day you're swinging, blocking, dodging, pushing. Every day there's pressure, challenges, and obstacles. But with confidence, you never fold. You take the hits, you keep moving forward, and you keep writing your story one round at a time. So understand this, the art of confidence is not about one battle, one fight, one moment under the lights. It's about carrying that unshakable belief into every arena of your life. When you do, you don't just win matches, you win life itself. And that is the greatest victory of all.